What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Good morning from Canada. Hope everybody's doing well. December 20th, 5 days till Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. We're going to go over our friend Polygon. We came down to our first buy zone at 206. We're sitting at 212. We're down about 7% on the day. We're sitting on market cap of 14.59 billion. 24-hour volume, 1.63 billion. Just a little bit of adjustments here of my laptop on my stand-up desk. I love a stand-up desk. If you don't have a stand-up desk and you work from home or you work from a computer, I would highly recommend it. Anyways, guys, if you're new to Crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards for cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives. Depending on the level of card that you have, $25 just for signing up through my referral. They also have crypto earn incredible interest on staking your coins. All right, so it says here we're sitting at about 208. So we can see here on the 1 hour time frame, you see we came right down to our buy zone at 206. In our last video, I had talked about how I took another 50% up here and then re-entered once again with $50. We're using 200 as an example, at 150 left over for 193. So enter again with $50, and then your only average price is only sitting about 195, 196. Now, if your first entry was at 206, that's perfectly okay. That's what I will be using for the videos. When we re-hit a buy zone, if we come down to 193, I'll be covering it as if we just started buying in here at 206. All right, guys. So you can see here we came down to oversold on the 1 hour, and that's usually when you're going to see a bounce. As you can see here, nice little bounce right here. We're oversold, saw a nice bounce. Now, it doesn't always happen, guys. What can happen is you'll consolidate. However, if you did enter at 206, we do have a take profit zone at 219. So that is a juicy trade opportunity of about almost 7%, very close to 7%. Now, we do have to keep an eye on two head and shoulders patterns. So we have a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and we could have a smaller one on the go. Right here would be your, let me grab my brush. Right here, left shoulder, head, and a possible right shoulder forming. So do keep an eye on that pattern. If we do see a nice bounce back to the upside, 219 would be a good area to take some profits. Not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, just a young guy from Canada. As we can see with the money flow as well, we've come all the way back down to the bottom level of the money flow, down at about 19, and that's usually where we see a bounce right here. Nice little bounce right here as well. Nice bounce on the money flow. That's when money usually starts to flow back into the market or back into Polygon. So let's jump over to the 4 hour time frame. As you can see here with the money flow as well, we're coming down to the bottom section. That's usually where we see a bounce. So I'm just going to quickly remove that. So we do have to keep an eye on this larger head and shoulders pattern. It is quite a large breakdown target. So what you would do is you would measure from your neckline here, and you take your measurement from your neckline all the way up to the top of your head, and then you pull it down. Woohoo! That's a major, major drop. That would take us all the way down to about 92 cents. If that head and shoulders were to make it all the way down to our technical target, of course, we have our buy zones ready to go. But it's not going to come straight down, guys. It's not just going to be like, shoom, unless there was a major flash crash. As you can see here, we wick down, but you shoot right back up. But it's much more likely that we come down like this. If we were to come all the way down to that technical target, you would come down like this. You'd come down in waves, guys, in waves. And that's why we dollar cost average into our trades and take profits all the way along the way. Whether we're going down or we're going up, we're always trading. Beautiful thing about this strategy. All right, guys. So do keep an eye on that pattern. We may not make it all the way down to our technical target, but of course, it's always a possibility, but we won't really start thinking about that until we come down and we break the neckline, which is sitting at about 175 for our friend Matic. All right, guys, so let's jump over to the daily time frame. So we've been talking about that ABC correction. I said if we come up here, we hit resistance, we start to roll, we can still go through that ABC correction. Now, of course, I have it right here at this level of support at 153, but it can go deeper. It can come down to the 0.5. It can come down to the 0.382. One of our members of our Discord, let me pop it open quickly. WTE posted this chart pattern where he sees this head and shoulder as well as that ABC correction. That's where I was referencing it from originally. And his target is all the way down at 118. So 118, let me pull it up. 118. Let's see where he's at here. Yeah, right around this level of support if I were to drop it in. You can see the support in this area, and we have resistance here, some resistance here. So that's his personal target. That's why it's great to join the Discord. You have like-minded traders, investors, and you can kind of look over your own technical analysis as well as their technical analysis to help you make better decisions with your trades. All right, guys. So if we start to lose the EMAs here, we have that head and shoulders. That's when this ABC correction can start playing out. Do watch the 0.786 extension coming in at about 197. Could see a little bounce from that level as well. I think that lines up pretty close with one of our buy zones. Yeah, see where the 0.786 is? We have the 193 buy zone where it could potentially see a bounce as well. But I would watch for a little bounce here. We may come up to 219 to create that smaller head and shoulders pattern. So I wanted to jump over to Ethereum. Just quick drink of water, guys. Hope you're well. Hope the pets are healthy. If you don't have a pet, highly recommend one. We got 2 cats here and they're absolutely glorious. All right, guys. So in my last Matic video, I talked about Ethereum seeing a nice little bounce, but I said what can happen is we come up, we get rejected by the neckline of our head and shoulders, and we see that continuation down to 3580, which is the 0.786. Now we do have our wick low, which is coming in at about 3449. Actually, I might drop in a line here. Because as I've been mentioning in previous corrections, when we wick down, we slowly bleed down to our wick. As you can see here over the summertime, we had a flash crash, we wicked down, and we slowly bled all the way back down to our wick. And it looks like that may be what we're seeing again. So we have a couple good opportunities to bounce here off 3580, and if not that level of support, 3449 for ETH. We do have our technical target from this head and shoulders at 3218. But basically everything that we've been talking about on the channel has been playing out. That ABC correction I talked about is continually hitting the resistance of 4416. And if that keeps happening, we're going to start rolling, guys. And that's what we're seeing here for ETH. Now, I quickly want to show you guys the Bitcoin longs. So as you can see here, the Bitcoin longs are still steadily increasing. Now, I want to go back in time a little bit and show you another example. So here's June and July. You see how the Bitcoin longs are steadily increasing? So we're going to jump over to the Bitcoin chart. So the first thing I want to show you guys is we're having a bullish divergence on the daily. See how we're creating lower lows? We're creating higher lows on the RSI. Now look at our summer crash. So this is our summer crash, guys. This is May, June, July. See how we wicked down and then we slowly started to bleed back down to the wick while we were creating a bullish divergence on the daily. We were creating lower lows while we were creating higher lows on the RSI, and we broke out. If we look at the Bitcoin long positions during that time frame, they were increasing. Here's June, guys. June, July, increasing all the way up to about July 23rd. We come back to the chart. That's when we broke out. July 22nd, 23rd. That's when we started to break out and the longs start to take their profits. So what are we doing right now, guys? Almost the exact same thing. We wick down. We're slowly trickling back down to our wick, creating a bullish divergence on the daily, and the long positions are steadily increasing. As you can see here, let me open this up. The long positions are steadily increasing. So we have a bit of a fractal there. We're repeating what we did in the summertime. So I do think the breakout will come. We can bleed all the way back down to our wick, but I do think eventually you're going to see a nice, beautiful pump to the upside. The longs can't just continue to increase. We can't continue to see bullish signals and keep dropping. Eventually, you're going to see that nice breakout, just as we did here, back to the upside once again. Maybe we'll create that head and shoulders that people have been talking about here. So here's your left shoulder, guys. Oh my God, that's so ugly. This is Bitcoin. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your head. We see a nice pump and we create that right shoulder. That is a possibility, but to validate that, we have to come up and break this high. So do anticipate a bounce relatively soon. I know I've been saying it for a while, but I was saying it right here as well. I was saying, look, guys, we're steadily declining. We're seeing a big bullish divergence. The longs are increasing. We're going to break out sooner than later, and we did. So just be patient, guys. All right, let's finish off the video here with Matic. So if we do bounce up to 219 here or close to 219, do watch the 1 hour RSI. If you see us start to bounce up towards overbought, good time to take some profits here. We have hit our first buy zone. If you want a dollar cost average, 206, 193, 175, 151, 107. And I do have a little bit of an emergency one here down at about 74. but I won't put that one in until it's necessary. Remember, guys, we don't just come straight down. It works in waves. And equal amounts at each buy zone. Bring down your average price halfway each time as a spot trader. If you're leverage trading, don't really recommend more than 2 to 3x. 3x is even a little more risky. You have to double your margin. And then our take profit zones are 219, 234, 260, and 315. Let me move this one over. And I have one more. Oh, let me get that back up to 315. I have one more all the way up here at about 411. Let me move this one over as well. And just keep an eye on that head and shoulders, that larger head and shoulders, and quite possibly seeing a smaller head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So that's basically it for this one, guys. Shout out to the Discord, over 1,000 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto, as well as the DCA charts, which are updated regularly, sometimes every day, depending on the movement. Phantom, Soul, Gala, which is a metaverse project, Vet, and Matic. So you can access the price of a coffee, guys, $350 USD. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Take care.